Hello TL Travelers and welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome to the family. Right now we are right in the middle of a mini series where we're interviewing travelers and travel addicts just like myself. And today I have another super special guest for you guys, Ali from Ali Abroad. I met this gem online, of course, as most of our friendships begin these days, and she is an Emmy Award winning journalist. That's right, let that sink in, as well as a content creator, a travel advisor, and a self-proclaimed overpacking queen and luxury traveler, of course, which you know I love. So in our last video, we chatted a little bit with New State nomads about their RV life and time on the road, and Ali knows a little bit about life on the road as well, so I'm really excited to jump right into this chat with her today. If you have not already hit that like and subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. I'll wait. And yeah, without further ado, we'll just jump right into it.
Oh my gosh, hi! I am so excited to be chatting with you, and I have to be honest, you know, the weight of 2020 has really hit me in the last few weeks, and so I've been in a little bit of a funkadunk, and so recently I've been focusing on doing things that make me happy, that fill me up, and one of those things is chatting with you, my sweet love. So thank you for having me, and I'm so excited to be chatting with you.
Same. Oh my gosh, 2020 has been like an interesting year. Is that the right word for it? Like, I've got to know, what have you been doing to keep yourself occupied?
Oh gosh, I feel as if 2020 has really forced all of us to kind of strip away all the bells and whistles and the glittery, sparkly parts of our life and kind of like get really raw and honest with how we're doing, like, mentally and emotionally. And for me, it's gotten me to focus on things that, you know, I genuinely really enjoy doing, and that I do just simply because I enjoy doing them and not for any other external reason. And so I've been focusing on, you know, moving every single day. I never realized how important working out was to me. I'm never someone who really enjoys doing that, but when I stopped for a while, it took a massive hit on my emotional state. So I broke down and got one of those Peloton bikes along with the probably thousands of other people who bought one this quarantine. So I've been doing that. I've also been meditating every day. That really is something that helps center me and helps focus me for the day. And I've also been doing a lot of cooking. Pre-COVID, I never really had a whole lot of time to make fun, fancy meals just for the hell of it. But now I have oodles of time, and I feel like I've tried every single meal kit that there is out there. And it's just kind of like a fun thing that gets my mind off of all that is going on in the world, and just kind of, I listen to a podcast or a book on tape while I'm cooking, and it's just like, whew, Zen time, and it's been fun. So yeah, that's what's been keeping me busy lately.
Oh my gosh, yes, I am the exact same. I feel like I have been cooking up a storm for sure. I'm working on the working out part, so jealous of your motivation there, but we'll get there. Mental health first, right? And like, total foodie. But what about travel? Did you have any travel plans this year that had to be canceled? And like, can you talk a little bit about that whole situation?
Ooh, girl, did I have to cancel trips this year? I think at the beginning of the year, I had planned that I was going to be visiting 11 countries with my mom, Linda, who is a luxury travel advisor, and the two of us travel together. And so we were planning to be in Sri Lanka, Egypt, Jordan, where else were Italy, Mexico. I mean, we had quite the list. I was supposed to spend an entire month in Southeast Asia. I mean, oh, when you really think about it, it is RIP to all the canceled trips. It was a bloodbath this year. But you know what? I think it's so interesting about this year is it's really forced all of us who enjoy travel to rethink how we are able to travel in our own backyards. And so for me, I live in Chicago. And so one of the things I did this summer was find new ways to kind of quote unquote travel the world without leaving Chicago. I did this whole series on my YouTube where we featured 5 different multicultural neighborhoods within Chicago and kind of showed Chicagoans or even people who are visiting Chicago how they can kind of get this international feel without having to travel internationally, and kind of sharing some suggestions on what to do and how to explore these neighborhoods safely during the pandemic. And so what I think is so cool about honestly any large city is there are these enclaves within each city that's really kind of like, you know, you've got your Chinatown, your little India, or your little Italy, and they're places where you can go and you get authentic real food, not like Americanized, you know, let's talk about Chinese food. It's not like your watered down Chinese food. It is authentic, delicious cuisine that is very true to the culture, just based on whatever neighborhood you're visiting. And so I really do feel that by kind of going to some of these neighborhoods or parts of your city that you might not have ever thought to explore before because it's not been on your radar is a way for many of us travelers to get that, to kind of scratch that international travel itch without having to get on a long haul flight right now. So if anyone is interested in checking out those neighborhoods or visiting Chicago in the near future, just a little selfish plug for myself, but I would encourage anyone to kind of do the same within their own city or their own neighborhood, is just find things that you would have never thought to do pre-pandemic and give it a try, because you'll be able to recreate that new experience, that new feeling that you get when you're visiting a country or a state or a city for the first time.
For sure. I think a lot of travelers, especially like true travel addicts, are really out there trying to find the beauty in their own backyard right now. So I absolutely love that that's something that you've been enjoying and promoting. I've got to know, because obviously we're in different locations, you are down south in the United States. Are you feeling safe when you're traveling? And when you're planning travels, are there any precautions that you are taking that are different to the precautions that you would normally take, or considerations you would normally make when you're planning a trip?
Oh yes, the big safety question. So this summer and fall, I went on 3 trips. One I flew, one we did a road trip, and one was in my own backyard. And in the interest of time, in terms of the trip that I took where I got on a flight, all I will say is I was not pleased with the experience. I did not feel safe, and I did a whole video about why I felt that way. And I will say that the reason I felt unsafe is not exactly the reason that you would think. So it's again on my YouTube channel. So if anyone's interested in kind of unpacking that and getting a further understanding about why I felt unsafe, you can check that out. But what I will say is that the airline industry is really doing everything that it can to make sure that their passengers are safe. And I mean, they really have to, because their bottom line kind of depends on it. And so I feel that, you know, things are changing so rapidly. We're learning more about this virus. And I think that making kind of sweeping statements about whether it is safe or not safe to fly is really, as a travel expert, kind of irresponsible, because at the end of the day, what I've learned is that you can have 2 people on the same exact flight who could have a completely different experience. One could have felt everything went smoothly, and the other person could have felt completely unsafe. And what I will say is it comes down to your own comfort level, but above all of that, each traveler, if you are going to be traveling right now, the bottom line, you need to do whatever you can to minimize your impact on other people. And the bare minimum that you could do is, and oftentimes you have to do, depending on the destination you're traveling to, get tested before and get tested after. It is just common courtesy, and honestly could prevent a lot of serious harm by just knowing what's going on with you before you get on a plane, go on a road trip, etc.
And also, like, I have to admit, I have loved following your fashion throughout this whole process, and like the masks that you have been wearing. I have got to know, like, do you have a favorite mask?
Oh my gosh, the masks. I wish I had one with me, because I have had so much fun looking and finding cute, fun masks. I mean, you gotta make the most of this moment. And, you know, those medical grade ones, it just wasn't doing it. You know, like we have to have it match the outfit. So my favorite designer for masks, which is just such a random sentence to even utter, but 2020. Her name is Julia Clancy. She's this British designer based in LA, and she is so much fun. Like before all of this was going on, and she still is, but she designs these amazing caftans and turbans and sleep masks. And then when all of this started, she started designing masks, and they have like flowers on them and pom-poms and tassels. And honestly, these are like the kind of masks for anyone who considers themselves a little bit extra, which is ya girl. And so I cannot recommend them highly enough. And even on top of that, like we've all learned that, all right, a mask can be cute, whatever, but at the end of the day, it has to be comfortable and it has to get the job done. And hers are just that. Like I have a ton of masks right now, but I always gravitate towards hers because they're just comfortable. They're well made. They aren't hot or itchy or whatever. And I know that this sounds like this is a paid ad right now, but it is not. I love her so much. And she is a small female-owned business, and whatever I can do to support other female business owners is what I will try to do. So you guys check her out. It's Julia Clancy, and cannot recommend highly enough. And check out her other stuff too, because her caftans give me all the vibes for like a tropical beach vacation, which I am desperately in need of right now.
Yes, I feel like we are all absolutely craving a tropical vacation right now. And I will be sure to leave the mask links and all that information in the description down below so that anybody who's watching who wants to check that out can absolutely do that. And also, like, you've got to check out Ali's Instagram feed because she rocks those masks like you wouldn't believe. Total fashion inspiration, fashion icon. So again, I'll leave all of Ali's links down below. And actually, Ali, if you could just take this moment to let everybody know where they can find you across all social media and your YouTube for sure, because yeah, you've got so many inspirational adventures over there. And I feel like just watching your content just like gets me so excited to travel abroad and like here at home as well.
Okay, yes, all right. So you can find me on YouTube at Ali Abroad, and I spell Ali strangely because I just got to be different. It's A-L-L-E. And you can also find me on Instagram at Ali Pierce. Those are kind of like the two main places that I hang out. And if anyone is going to be in Chicago anytime soon or wants to visit the city, I feel like a lot of my videos recently on YouTube have been Chicago focused. But I'm also putting out some East Coast content on YouTube as well. So we got lots of fun stuff on there. So just come hang out, say hey, and thank you so much for having me on here, my love. It's been so fun to talk to you.
Amazing. Yes, thank you so much for being here. It was so nice to chat. I'm so glad that I got to like share your beautiful self with all of my followers and my community. I know that you guys are gonna absolutely love her, and I will be looking forward to following all of your adventures online.
Bye. Thanks for having me. Mwah.
Bye, beautiful. So that's just a little taste of all of the fun, inspirational content that you can find over on the Ali Abroad YouTube channel. Go hit that subscribe button, check her out, leave some comments, all of that fun stuff. She is, as you can tell, absolute sweetheart, and I'm so grateful that I was able to have her on and share her with you guys. Thank you, Ali, so much for being here, and thank you guys who stuck around until the end. If you've not already, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely go ahead and do that now. We have more interviews here on the channel already, so check out the playlist, and also more interviews coming your way, so you don't want to miss it. Until I see you guys in my next video, stay great, travel safe, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.